Welcome back, everybody. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Central Division in the NHL. Let's get right to it. Starting off with Chicago Blackhawks. Made a bold choice when picking third overall and drafting Kirby Dach just because he was ranked anywhere basically I say probably typically 4 until 15. But really, ideally, he's basically a Ryan Getzlaf 2.0. Another key prospect that they have in the system is Adam Boqvist. He's probably going to make the jump to the NHL depending on whether or not depth there. And then one of the big moves, trading Henry Jokiharju for Alex Nylander, younger brother of William Nylander. Has yet to prove himself in the NHL.
Does he have the same attitude as his older brother?
I don't know, but I just know that he is not nearly as good.
Oh boy.
They reacquired Andrew Shaw, traded for Zach Smith, Ole Mata, getting Calvin DeHaan, and then signing Robin Lehner, which is good just because Crawford can never stay healthy, so got to have a backup option there.
And you got to give your main guys some help. I mean, Mata was never really fit for Pittsburgh.
No, not at all. They did not utilize him well at all.
Maybe a brand new Startle.
Yeah, I think they're trying to with what they did last year with Dylan Strome. I think they're trying to do that with Ole Mata, and same with Alex Nylander as well.
And I think Leonard's signing is pretty good. I mean,
he
proved himself.
See, the thing of it is though, with the Islanders with Robin Lehner, that's such a defensive system. Literally, you could probably put any goalie in that system,
and they'd look pretty good.
They would look pretty good. They would look like an average goaltender. Wow. Even Mikko Koskinen in Edmonton would look good. But yeah, Chicago's making a lot of moves.
I really don't think they'll make it back to the playoffs, unfortunately.
I don't know. It depends on how well. If Dylan Strome can really break out, then.
Because really, Kane and Taves can only do so much.
Yeah, but you also have Alex DeBrincat.
Yeah.
That kid's amazing. Love him.
But like you said, Crawford, if he can't stay healthy.
If he can't stay healthy, then... I mean, that's why they signed Robin Lehner.
Mm-hmm.
But...
All right, let's move on to Colorado. So...
well, they made a lot of moves. I mean, obviously, you have that top line of Gabriel Landeskog, Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen.
Which really was second to none last year.
But at the same time... They had no depth whatsoever.
If that top line didn't score, they probably weren't winning a game.
Yeah.
So,
obviously, not signing Simeon Varlamov, real question marks about who's their backup goaltender going to be. I honestly don't even know the name of their projected backup. But they made a big trade, trading Tyson Barrie and Alex Kerfoot for Nazem Kadri and Calle Rosen. I mean, Calle Rosen is just a player. He's just a depth guy. But solidifying that second line center, Nazem Kadri, I think is going to be huge for them. They're dealing with injuries. Eric Johnson's not going to be healthy for the start of the season. Ian Cole, I think, is projected to be back around December or Christmas time. So, I mean, you got Cale Makar. He's an animal. He's a tank of himself. Drafted Bowen Byram, which... They were gifted that from the Ottawa trade. And then they have another prospect, D-Man, and Connor Timmins, who I'm a pretty big fan of. He's not going to blow you away, but he's a really solid guy. And some other moves, traded for Andre Burakovsky. That, again, just trying to add depth to the team. And then signing Jonas Donskoy, Terry Shushkin, traded away Carl Soderberg. I mean, the biggest thing with Colorado right now is if and when will Mikko Rantanen sign? And that's a big thing with a lot of a lot of guys coming off their entry-level deal this summer. And then I have down here that Tyson Jost, he was picked 10th overall or 9th overall a few drafts ago, but when we've been waiting for this breakout, and we have yet to have it yet. But I don't know. Colorado, if they get good goaltending, they probably could win this division.
But that's a big if.
That's a big if.
And if their depth proves anything, because top line was...
It can only go so far. I mean, but Nathan McKinnon, he's a top 3 player in the league.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I mean, we might say top 3 in position, definitely.
Oh, and just in general.
He's getting there. I wouldn't jump the conclusions real quick because he's still got a few guys ahead of him, but one of them's in his own division. So.
Yeah, moving on to Dallas. Oh, boy. They made good moves, but at the same time, signing Joe Pavelski, it makes a lot of sense for the team, but...
You're going to have to get used to it.
Yeah, like, when that signing happened, I went into NHL 19 just to see what he would look like in a Dallas Stars uniform, and it
Still
just
hasn't
doesn't.
hit you yet.
It just doesn't look right. I mean, they drafted Harley Thomas. His actual name is Thomas Harley, but during the draft, they pronounced it Harley Thomas. He's like a year, maybe 2 or 3 years away from making the NHL. But guys that they could make the NHL out of this year is Denis Gurianov, and then maybe Ty Dellandrea. If he has a good camp, then maybe. And signing Corey Perry to like a really cheap deal, 1 year proven deal, that's going to be huge depth for them. And then can Rupe Hintz, like, he performed well in the playoffs, he performed well towards the end of the season. Can he repeat that or better that? That's the biggest question mark. Well, speaking of question marks, my God, Minnesota Wild, what are you doing? Like, okay, so you hired Paul Fenton as your GM, and you went nowhere with him. So you fired him after he made some moves, but at the same time, I don't know what direction this team's heading in. I really don't. Matthew Boldy, very good prospect, but he's like a year or 2 away. They have their best prospect that they have, Kirill Kaprizov, still over in the KHL. I think he might be eligible to come over after the end of this season, but still, he's going to be 23, 24 by the time he comes to the NHL. And then signing Matt Zuccarello. Like, I just don't get this team whatsoever. Like, if you're stick to a rebuild, or like they don't have enough talent to truly make the playoffs.
But they have enough talent to not tank completely.
Exactly. Like,
so they're
gonna miss the playoffs by like 5-10 points, but that's
then
gonna
get a terrible draft pick. Not a terrible draft pick.
It's gonna put you like around pick 10 through 12,
or at least close to the teens, and teams around that area don't really get the star that they want.
Exactly. I mean, this upcoming draft class is amazing. Well, that's a later video though.
But I mean, you're still not going to get the top tier guy that you're looking for if a rebuild.
Yeah.
But when you sign guys, like what direction are you heading in?
Exactly. Like, are you do
you want to go
Eric
full tank
mode? Brian Suter, Mikko Koivu, Zach Parise, even Devin Dubnyk.
I mean, the team has guys that have proved it, but
all 5 of those guys' names I just named are past their primes.
Oh, by
hands down.
A few of them a little too far past.
Yeah, like Mikko Koivu.
Yeah.
And you're I don't understand. They had a chance to trade a few guys off and didn't at the deadline, and it doesn't make any sense. And the one guy that they did trade is Mikael Granlund for Kevin Fiala. That trade, I mean, it makes sense in the aspect of Kevin Fiala was struggling in Nashville, so maybe a change in scenery would help. But you traded away your best forward in Mikael Granlund, and you didn't even acquire a pick with it. It was a 1-for-1 trade. No, it doesn't make any sense to me. Minnesota just makes no sense.
I don't know if they have hope or if they're hopeless or if they're in between. There's really no word to describe them right now.
Yeah, I mean, they got one of the best fan bases in the league, but...
But could you see them making the playoffs?
No.
But can you see them getting the top 5 pick?
No, I don't see them getting top 5 pick, and I don't see them making a playoffs.
It's a stalemate for them this year, pretty much.
So. And it has been a stalemate for them. They've only made it to the second round, I think, once within the last maybe 5-6 years.
Well, they did it to themselves. So
yeah. They just made dumb moves and constantly. Well, speaking of team making some questionable moves, I mean, it makes a little sense in an aspect. Nashville Predators trading away PK Subban, probably one of the highlights.
It was surprising.
I don't like the return that they got for them. I mean, Steve Santini, he's very, very underrated defensively, but he's not going to put you any points up. Jeremy Davies, I have no idea what his potential is. And then 2 second-round picks, you got to wait on those.
You have to. Yeah, exactly. You have to wait, and you have to hope you can develop them well.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you trade away a guy in PK that, I mean, he's a top. I don't know how top tier, but I mean, he was at one point.
He was. I'd say he's
probably declined a little bit.
Top 10, top 15 D-man in the league.
But you would still say he's probably. Would you say your top line defenseman still?
With them, I don't think so.
But do you think he's going to be in
New Jersey? Oh yeah, he's the best defenseman on New Jersey.
So they could have picked up a diamond in the rough, and I mean Nashville has some talent.
Yeah, well, I mean the guy that's going to be replacing PK Subban is going to be Dante Fabro. Kid was a first-round pick a few drafts ago, and he's played a few college years, but he's very good.
Time to shine.
Eli Tolvanen was questionable when his draft year happened. It was either he could be picked top 15 or all the way in the second round. They nabbed him with a late first, which was good value. Proved in his year after that, he can really do well, but I don't know. He needs to make the team. And then another big move for them, which honestly the reason why they traded PK is to Matt Duchene. And
I mean,
that center depth in Nashville is insane. You're going to have Ryan Johansson, Matt Duchene, Kyle Turris, and Nick Bonino as your 4 centers. That's incredible. But also at the same time, that's very expensive.
Yeah.
Because you're paying Ryan Johansson and Matt Duchene $8 million each.
Yeah.
And then you're paying Kyle Turris $6 million, and then you're paying, I think Nick Bonino's making over $4 million.
At least.
So that's insane.
I mean, you have that much depth at that position.
Exactly.
You're expecting wins.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've showed it the past couple seasons, but can they get back to the cup and can they win it this time?
Yeah. Who knows? Well, moving on to the Stanley Cup champions, St. Louis Blues. I mean, really didn't do much. They lost Pat Maroon to Tampa Bay Lightning, but
which, I mean,
it's not the worst thing in the world for them. Re-signing Jordan Binghamton. Honestly, I don't know about this kid. He might be a one-hit wonder. Who knows?
Could have just, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, he performed well, but at the same time, that was
Can he play a full season?
Yeah.
And can he perform under a full season?
They really didn't do much. I mean, it's basically the same core guys that are there.
Yeah.
So
they're going
to be good.
I can see them making the playoffs again.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think they'll be the top of their division.
No.
But.
And then last team in the Central, Winnipeg Jets. Honestly, I don't get this team. I really don't. Right now, they have enough cap space to sign Patrick Laine and Kyle Connor, yet they still can't reach a deal. Tyler Myers is left team in free agency. They traded Jacob Trouba to the New York Rangers in exchange for Neil Pionk and a first-round pick, which that first-round pick ended up being Ville Heinola. But at the same time, Ville Heinola is not going to be NHL ready for 3 years at best, maybe.
So what was the use of the pick?
And then Sami Niku is probably going to make the jump to the NHL. Christian Vesalainen, I'm a big fan of his. He's a real good two-way player. But at the same time, either trade Patrick Laine or sign him already.
Could you see Winnipeg if they traded him? Could you see the fan base?
I mean, I've heard rumors lately that 3 teams in the Eastern Conference are looking to trade for him.
Don't you just love that when they just say 3 teams, though? You can't even...
One of them is Montreal. That's what I've heard.
They're bold enough to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they tried going after Sebastian Aho, but...
Yeah. That didn't end up well.
No.
But, I mean, Laine, would you say he's their best player?
No. Not at all. Mark Scheifele is a very good player, but at the same time, I would love to say Blake Wheeler. I'm a big Blake Wheeler fan. But at the same time, he's getting up there in age. So is Dustin Byfuglien. these past 2 years were their time to win the cup, and they failed.
They failed miserably.
But all in all, though, I think
Who do you have coming out on top?
probably Nashville.
I think that's probably the safe pick.
Yeah.
And
Dallas is a real interesting one.
Right, because I mean they just added.
They added more.
They added a former MVP, and
yeah,
you know, but can they all mesh? Because that's always the thing with sports teams. If you acquire such talent,
yeah,
can you mesh?
Can
with what's
Corey
already
Perry
there?
go back to that MVP season? That's the big question mark.
Yeah.
And then even with Colorado, if they get good goaltending, this team can
They're
be
scary.
Deadly.
I mean, really scary.
Yeah.
But and like the Blues, are they going to defend their cup? Can they?
Who knows?
Like you said, they didn't really lose anybody.
No, but at the same time, they barely squeaked into the playoffs because they were
yeah.
terrible in the first.
I mean,
half.
they were the worst team in the league at one point.
Yeah.
And
I think it was like around like December 10th or something.
Which is like that's
almost your halfway point.
And
in the
for a
NHL.
team to make that turnaround
that quickly.
But like you said, it all depends on their goalie, and that's what it is with this sport. If you don't have good goaltending.
And honestly, that can be said for every
everybody.
team. But
you just need to be a well-oiled machine all the way around, and Nashville probably is
the closest.
Yeah.
They have two solid goalies in Pekka Rinne and UC Saros.
It's pretty hard to score on Rinne, regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably the safe pick. They're my pick to win the division. I mean,
Winnipeg. I don't know.
It's really hard to pick the other teams that come in.
Connor Hellebuyck had a down year last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he can rebound, I see them as a playoff team.
Right.
But I see them as a wild card.
But then who finishes above them?
Probably Dallas and Colorado. Just for the simple fact that I have more confidence in if Ben Bishop stays healthy for Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like a full season of healthy Ben Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is winning the division.
Wow.
If Bishop goes down, then they're probably second or third.
So you're really high on them.
Oh, for sure.
I know you like their signings.
Yeah, I love their signings. I mean, you got Joe. Even with the even if they didn't sign Joe Pavelski or Corey Perry, they were still a good team.
I mean, you still have the
core of Tyler Seguin, Jamie Benn,
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Radulov, John Klingberg, Monster, Mikko Heiskanen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see them being a dark horse.
No one's really paying attention to them.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I mean, everybody, I feel like Nashville's got all the attention just because of their recent production. And
yeah.
I mean, they, a surprise move of trading away PK, and when you sign a player of Matt Duchene's caliber.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure everybody thought Duchene was leaving.
Nashville had one of the worst power plays last year, if not the worst power play.
It was pretty.
It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If they improve that, I mean, there's a simple solution to improving that. I mean, it's quite obvious, but if they can improve that power play, then they're probably winning the division too. So you have a few teams that are dark horse teams, but
can you see logistically any of these teams? Could you see Nashville making the cup?
Yeah, I could see Nashville.
Could you see anybody else?
Would
you put Dallas up there? Still a little too early to say right now?
I would say that's a little too early.
You want to see them, their chemistry together first.
I mean, Colorado, if Philip Grubauer plays well.
And
that's a big if.
And a third.
Winnipeg, I don't see them making it far in playoffs.
You could see them making it, but probably knocked out early.
Because of the simple fact, okay, on that D-core now, you have Josh Morrissey, Dustin Byfuglien, Neil Pionk, who's not a top 4 defenseman. I hate to say it, but he's not. And then you have Sammy Niku, who's a rookie, coming in. And then I don't even know who your bottom pair is. Ben Sherratt left for free agency and went to Montreal. That was one of your guys. You lose Jacob Trouba, one of your best point-producing guys on your team.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
But,
And
I mean, we'll see.
we'll see.
It's an unpredictable sport, you know?
Yeah.
St. Louis last in the whole league. Couple months
Exactly.
later,
Exactly.
they're holding the cup. So
yeah, exactly.
anything can happen. That's the beauty of sports. Anything
Yeah.
can happen. But if we're saying a safe pick, I'm pretty sure we can both agree it's probably going to be Nashville winning the division.
Probably going to be.
We can't really predict what's going to fall after that, but I think we're both in agreement that it's going to be Nashville.
Yeah. Well, in the next one, we're probably going to have some football content for you. We're going to try and have like a weekly schedule of the NHL previews until the season starts up. But yeah, like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching, and I mean, it's the beautiful time of year.
Yeah.
Everything's starting. We're getting back into the swing of things, but winter's coming, but that doesn't always mean bad things.
Yeah.
So, see you in the next one, guys.